Hello, good morning, viewers. This is Saraswati, PhD English. I welcome you all in RD group of schools online classes. So, students, today I'm going to teach a very wonderful topic, that is a photograph. This is written by Shirley Toulson. This is first form of Hornbill Supplementary Reader of 11th class. So, first of all, we will discuss about title of the topic. It means what is title? A photograph. What is the meaning of photograph? So, a photograph is a kind of image. It's a kind of portrait which defines, depicts, or indicates something. In the same manner, in this photograph, there is image of mother along with her cousins, and which was seen by poet two or three times, and every time she is defining about her experiences, what she actually feels. So, students, in the poem, first of all, we will discuss objectives. As we know that objectives, theme, explanation, and literary devices all are the essential part of a poem, and we will discuss one by one each. So, first, objectives of the poem: to understand the importance of photograph, to attain the power of a photograph for a memoir, to expose the universal fact of life and death, to know about theme, central idea, and literary devices used in the poem. So these are the certain objectives of the poem. Through objectives, we can know what exactly is given in the topic, what we will acquire or attain after reading it. So this is the certain significance of objective. So what are the objectives? It means it will tell about the universal significance of a photograph, what is the importance of memories or the past memories, how fruitful they are, how painful they are. So it will be a discussion in this poem. So now we will move towards the next point, that is about poet. So Shirley Toulson, born on May 20, 1924 in Hanley on Thames, England, was the daughter of Douglas Horsfall Dixon and Missouri Brown. She was passionate about creative writing and was greatly influenced by her father, who was a writer as well. She from Brinkhurst College in London in the year 1953, securing a BA in literature. This was followed by Toulson's desire to take up writing as a career. Also, she served as the editor for many magazines. She married Alan Brunchon on 6th Feb 1960 and had three children: Janet Sayers, Lon Toulson, and Stephen Bronson. So we can see that Shirley Toulson remained very popular, enthusiastic, and she was eager for the writing. That's why she made her career as a writer. She served very influential kind of writing in the different magazines. So she has devoted the wonderful part to English literature. Now we will discuss the theme of the poem. So the photograph is amusingly a diasporic one. The condition of mother being happy in the photo and the joy of an artist to see her mother in a joyful or happy state, both are associated with depressed side. It means in this photograph, the photograph is defining the depressed side of human memories, as poet is feeling highly depressed or disappointed when she sees the photograph of the mother. One more thing, that the central idea of the poem is also very important. So what is actually the central idea of the poem? So in that central idea, it means what actually the poem is conveying. So in this poem, Shirley Toulson's photograph is a tribute to her mother. The poem describes three stages. Student, listen it carefully. It defines three stages in the passage of time. In the first stage, the photograph shows the poet's mother standing at the beach enjoying her holiday with her two girl cousins. She was around 12 years old at that time. The second stage takes us 20 or 30 years later. The mother would laugh at the way she and her cousins were dressed up for the beach holiday. In the third stage, the poet remembers the dead mother with a heavy heart. The photograph revives a nostalgic feeling in the poet. So, students, all in all, we can say that this poem photograph is defining about the painful memories of poet what she feels after seeing or after observing the photograph. So now we will do line to line explanation. The cardboard saws, it means the cardboard. First of all, we will discuss what is the meaning of cardboard. Cardboard is a kind of cardboard, as you know, just like that we use for the exam purpose and for any kind of a spot to write something. So the same manner, there is one cardboard that is some kind of solid base. On that shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and see the big girl. So students, poet is saying that in the photograph on the cardboard there is one photograph. In that photograph there are three images, and one is the in that image. Just imagine, you should imagine this in your mind. It means there is one cardboard. On that cardboard there is one photograph which is pasted on it, and in the photograph there are three images. One is tall girl, some 12 or 13 years old, and two another girl were means the eldest one, and both were holding the finger of the tall one girl. It means, and one more characteristic is given of their photograph. And see the big girl, some 12 years or so, and all three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. And all the three girls, those are in the photo, stood still. It means they are standing quite silent, without any movement, without any flexibility. They are in a very rigid form to smile through their hair, and they are passing their smile through their floating and flying kind of hair at the uncle with the camera. And in that wonderful situation, the scene or the pic or the photograph was captured by uncle in the camera. In the photograph, the face is very sweet. That is the face of mother. That was before I was born. Poet is saying that it means how beautiful the mother was before her birth. She was very charming and glowing. How beautiful she is looking in the photograph. And the sea which appears to have changed was their terribly transient feet. So students, we will discuss about figure of speech also at the same time. So now, as I find that my mother's that was before I was born, and the sea which appears to have changed was their terribly transient feet. It means TT, figure of speech alliteration. What is figure of speech alliteration? It means where there is the what repetition of the same constant, same sound of the word is called the alliteration. So there is the same sound is repeated after each other, that is T. So this is figure of speech alliteration. And students, some 22nd stanza, some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. It means after some 20-30 years later, the same photograph means first time the photograph was taken by uncle. It was quite nice, wonderful photograph. The second time the photograph was seen by poet, and she would laugh at the snapshot, she, Betty and Dolly. It means along with mother, the photograph was seen by poet, and at that time mother was laughing over that snapshot, and she commented that how fashionable they are, how wonderful they are, see how beautifully they dress them up for the beach. The sea holiday was her past. Now you can just set an image in your mind that it means when the photograph was seen by poet, at that time she was along with her mother. So at that time the sea holidays was her past. It means when mother was observing the photograph, at that time she was upset because the time had gone, and she was feeling upset because those past or those holidays were her past. Now that is not there. In the same manner, mine is her laughter both worry. It means now third time when poet is observing the photograph, now she is recalling that. It means at that time mother was laughing. So it means that she was feeling at that time. She is recalling the laughing of the mother. Both worry with the labored ease of loss. So poet is saying that it means labored ease of loss. So two constant opposite word are used, labored or ease. Labors mean very quiet hard, ease mean comfortable. It means both worry. Worry means disgusted, upset. Means mother as well as daughter both are upset, both are unable to recover that kind of loss. It means mother lost her childhood at that time when she was observing the photograph, and this time she has lost that laughing of the mother when she was along with mother and mother was observing that photograph. Now it's time. Now it's time that now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and these circumstances there is nothing to say at all. Now, poet is saying that now she has been dead. Now she is highly upset and she is highly pessimistic in the last stanza. She is saying that now mother has gone. She is no more in the world. As many years ago she has departed the world. As that girl lived, and of these circumstances there is nothing to say at all. As that girl lived, and of these circumstances. It means if we take the time as that girl lived, it means when she was girl, and from that time now she is dead nearly as many years. Both are, it means many years back she has died, and of the circumstances there is nothing to say at all. And now what is the circumstances? His mother is not there. The poet is only recalling. She is just only feeling the nostalgic kind of feeling for the mother, but mother is not with her, and she is even not able to fulfill or to cover this particular pain of their life. So we can say that yes, typically in this poem there is one thing only to be understood in the poem. What is that? It means there is one photograph and which has the three passages of time. One is once the photograph when it was captured at the sea beach. Another time, at that time mother was means child, and she was really enjoying the life. Second time the photograph was observed by poet as well as mother. So this time mother was really upset to recall her early childhood days, but poet was happy because mother was laughing over there. Next time when the photograph was seen, their mother was not alive. So poet was recalling that laughing of the mother, and she compares that pain what was observed by the mother when she glanced the photograph and recalled her childhood. And in the same manner, she is comparing that it means it was not easy for both mother as well as daughter to recover that loss what actually they have lost in their life. And the last line is that it's silence silences. It means what is the circumstance? Now mother is died. There is nothing to stop. There is nothing is there. So it means what is that? Then it means nothing to say. It's silent. This situation. It's silence silences us. S figure of speech alliteration. So again alliteration is used. It's silence silences. It means it's silence totally silences us. So, students, what is the conclusion of the poem? So, we can say the photograph or any kind of image that is a symbol of our past memory. Sometimes it becomes the great inspiration, motivation for us as well as sport. But sometimes it becomes very critical and crucial point of life when we think that yes, what actually the life was. We recall that, how we can recover that, how we can bring them back. As the example is given that few things are really very transient in the world, very temporary, and few are permanent or less changed. As poet already has given the example that transient terribly, where figure of speech alliteration is used, that it means those feet were washed by sea, and sea that is still the same. There is no further change in that, but mother had changed earlier. She was child, then she grew up, then she became older one, and later she departed the world. In the same manner, it means always past memories can give us inspiration as well as can become the very disappointed point. Now we will discuss about the literary devices used in the poem. So, alliteration, repetition of constant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive words, an oxymoron, a term which contradiction itself, epithet, a phrase expressing a quality of a person or something. So here figure of speech used, that is already defined. So now it's time to say goodbye. So yes students, bye. I hope everybody enjoyed. Thank you and have a nice day.